What's that D stand for?
Um,
Ha ha ha! Greetings, everybody. Car Dreamer here, your D-Class villain. And I am bringing you a special short little video today. It's a review, but not a game review, but about gaming. So, this is a little device I picked up on Amazon, pretty cheap, for like, I think give or take like $23 plus tax, US. It's called Magic NS. Apologize about my camera work. Magic NS. I ordered this like 1 in the morning, Monday night, or early Tuesday morning, however you want to look at that. And I received it in the mail yesterday. So, awesome. But what this is, it comes with two pieces. It comes with this, and it comes with this. And this is for the Nintendo Switch. So, let me give you a little background on this. So I had a wired controller for the Switch, and it's a piece of poop. This is the wired controller I have. And, I really love the look of it. Look, I mean, you have Link down there. This was the Zelda one, obviously. Beautiful color. It feels good. And I bought this when I bought my Switch. GameStop had it for $20 new. I used it for a couple hours, and that was all she wrote. I went to go use it the other day, and even though I can't feel it doing it, the analog stick acts as if it is constantly down. It is constantly being pushed down, and that's the signal it sends to my Switch. So I would have to constantly fight it. And this cost me $20, and that's cheap. I mean, that was cheap. I don't know why it was special. I guess now I do. But I mean, now they sell them, and they're back up to like $40. And I only got a few hours use out of it. And it was really neat because it came with different type of. You can take these off and you switch them out. And they make all sorts of different ones. There's Mario themed. There's a new Crash Bandicoot one that actually color-wise is a great. I love the color scheme and the style of it. But anyway, so I was really disappointed. Now I don't have the wire. It's a USB mini or micro. I mean, and I was just really disappointed. Like so I had to get a new controller. I don't like using the Joy-Cons only because they feel just too small for me in my hands. There's nothing wrong with them as far as they work, they connect, they're solid. I have no technical issues with them. I just feel like they're too small. So I was looking at Pro controllers. So let me get a wireless controller. Let me get one that's nice. And it's like 60. Amazon had them on sale for like $62 if you're a Prime member. Otherwise, they're close to 70. It was like 65, I think, 65 something plus tax. And I can't. I'm one of those big gamers, as you can see. I have a lot of systems. So if I want to keep collecting games and keep doing what I do, I can't afford to put out $60 a pop a controller. They're like 40 or 50 for the 360. They're about 60 to 70 for the Xbox One. Same for the PlayStation 4. I can't afford to keep doing that. And I barely get the chance to play my Switch. I've only got now 3 games for it. So I need to spend wisely. And that is where this beautiful device right here has come in handy. This has saved me about $40 some. So as I said, it's called Magic NS for the Switch. It also works on the PC. And this allows you to hook up to your Nintendo Switch for use PlayStation 3 Xbox 360, Xbox One, Wii U Pro controllers, and PlayStation 4 controllers, and use them on your Switch. And it's really pretty simple. So, not everything is going to be wireless, though. If you want wireless, it's got to be Bluetooth, which means only the newer Xbox One controllers will do wireless. PlayStation 4 is not a problem. PlayStation 3 is not a problem. But you can do the other ones wired. So, that's still, 360 had a good length on their wire, so that doesn't bug me. You'd have to buy a decent sized wire for the old Xbox One controllers, like this. But although mine's a newer one, so mine's Bluetooth. But essentially, and it comes with this, by the way. So this is if you have to do wired. This will plug into, this plugs into the device here, and then this will plug into the controller, and it works. I tested it, and I'm going to show you guys just that it works. But it was such a financial saver for me. And let me show you guys working, and I'll talk more about that. Okay, so here we are. This is my Nintendo Switch, or the TV with my Nintendo Switch displayed on it. As you can see right there. So Switch. And here's my Xbox One controller. And I'm trying to find a way to grip this. And as you can see, I can move just fine. Now what I gotta remember is that this is one of the features I love about this thing, but Nintendo's controllers are reverse button settings. And what I mean by that is, now as you can see here, if you can do a side-by-side comparison, they look exactly the same. Now, obviously, this is way lighter too, but they're almost exactly the same button feature-wise. I mean, they are as far as the positions for the analog sticks, the D-pad, the X, Y, B, A buttons, even the start and select are pretty much in the same places. The only difference is this has your home, and this has home and capture. Xbox's home would be the lit up Xbox symbol, and if I want to capture, I can just push the two buttons together. This has triggers and bumpers. So does this. So the neat thing with this is if you're a hardcore gamer who goes back and forth a lot, or you're used to this more than this, it's really difficult to go to Nintendo and be able to play right the first little bit because you're used to buttons being reversed. This beautiful device that's now, as you can see, is connected to my Switch can fix that. So if I hold, first off, let me back out to the menu. If I hold the start, try doing this way, and the A button for 3 seconds. I know you heard that. They are now reversed. It automatically reverse maps these buttons, so I can play this as if it's on my 360. So here's the A button on the Xbox One controller, whereas as you can see, that's actually the back button on that will count as the B button on here, I should say. I can go into the news and it'll work, and then I can hit B, which is normally back on the 1, and it works just fine. So I am ecstatic over this controller, or over this device, because it saves me money. It allows me to get the most use out of, even if I only had the Xbox One and my Switch, or even if I didn't even have a One, if I had a 360, that would, and my controllers, I just wanted to use those, which I do like their controllers. They're almost exactly the same as the One. Or even my PlayStation 3. If I'm so much more used to those controllers, I can now use them on my Switch comfortably with no lag input that I've noticed. That's what another thing I really like. There is no lag input, nothing. And that is really nice for me because it saves me money. I don't have to keep buying a bunch of different controllers for a bunch of different systems. It's one less thing I got to do. And like I said, this also allows me to use those controllers on my PC or in this case, laptop. So I do want to talk about some of the downsides for this. It only will connect or allow one user per device. So you can, which is weird, you can actually hook up up to 4 controllers to this device, but there's no point. They all control the same thing. The same character, same profile. So I don't get the need for doing that unless you like to use different controllers for different aspects of a game. I don't know. And you can actually do it on a very fluid transition. You can even hook up the Nintendo Switch controllers through here. Not that I see the point to doing that, but you can do it if you so choose. The other downside, while it's easy to do, is that you have to go to their website, Mayflash website, and download a firmware update off the bat for this. It's not big. It's extremely easy to install. And, you know, to be fair, they're not the only company like that. Even Xbox, if you buy their controllers and you happen to get an older one, and by older I mean just an earlier run, you have to update the controller off the bat, out of the box. And I get that, you know, they have so many made in a warehouse, and then updates get made after the fact. I get it, and it is whatever. So this allows for 2 different modes on the Switch that I've read up on so far. There's a red LED indicator which allows you to hook up all the controllers and use them, but it doesn't support the rumble feature. My understanding is that is actually what the firmware was for, and there's a purple LED for that allows you to use it's called the Pro mode, and that'll allow you to use rumble features and so forth, which is cool. Again, it's a beautifully fluid thing. The other downside is it will not remember sync controllers. So if you sync it and then turn your system off, you will have to resync the controller every time. It's a little bit of a pain, but that's the way around being able to use such a versatile mix of controllers. And I guess without messing up the controller, because obviously that's an Xbox One controller. I use it on my Xbox One, and I don't want it messed up. The other interesting note is it comes with some of this paperwork here. Now, this I thought was cool. Well, it's a neat concept. I don't know how many people are going to use this. I will not. But these are actually stickers, clear stickers, that you can peel off. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, there you go. Let's say you're using an old spare controller. Maybe you have the controller and you no longer have the system. You can put these templates on the controller you're going to use, so you can more accurately remember what button to push when using it with your Switch. So in case you don't want to do the remapping feature or so forth, you can put these on to remember, okay, well, your triangle function normally is going to be, it's going to be over here, whatever. You can do that. You can relabel the buttons with these. I thought that was interesting and neat for those who don't mind doing that. I don't want to do that because, again, my issue was the fact I'm so conditioned, I should have no problem after I swap the buttons. This I did appreciate a lot. I thought this was really cool. And this lists the different controllers you can hook up, as you can see there on the far left. And it tells you, with the base buttons any of the Nintendo, all the three Nintendo controllers, or excuse me, all two, both Nintendo controllers, are at the top. You got the Joy-Con at the top and the Switch Pro controller at the bottom, and it lists their button functions. What's cool is it will list the other controllers, their normal buttons, and how they relate. So, you know, you want to use the minus. That's, you know, you look at the Joy-Con, you see there's the minus button. So you go down and you can see on the 360 controller, on the one controller, PS3, whatever, what constitutes as the minus, what constitutes as that plus. The L3, LS, it tells you what buttons to push on the respective controllers to do those functions. I thought that was really cool. That is a good feat, nice little table to have. Shouldn't be that hard to remember, honestly, because for the most part, the controllers are laid out pretty similar, especially with the Xbox controllers. There should be almost no problem. So I thought that was cool that they did include that. Another minus. This is the instructions. It's two-sided. As far as the instructions on how to set up your, or update the firmware, the instructions are fine. Not really a problem. As far as what to do in order to swap the mapping of the buttons, not a problem. Understanding what it means by switching the different settings on this thing to get the right settings so you can hook up your controller to it, the instructions suck. So basically what I did is I ended up having to look up a YouTube video, which is a big downside. It's not difficult to do. There are different LEDs that show you what to do. It does explain the patterns for the LEDs. If it's flashing slowly, tells you there's nothing connected right or to it yet. If it's flashing quickly, it's looking to sync to a Bluetooth, and if it's solid, it's paired. It's done. It's ready to go. Pretty simple. Blue is for PlayStation. Red is Switch. Purple is Switch Pro. Green is for PC. Plain and simple. So, having said all that, it feels pretty solid. Doesn't feel too cheap. Just one simple button to change the different between the LEDs. Plugs right into your Switch USB. The wired controllers go in there. Or excuse me, not the wired controller. Well, you can actually do the wired controllers there, right? If it's like a 360 controller, it can go directly into there. Actually, I don't know why they couldn't. This is in case you need an adapter, honestly. That's all this is for, in case you need an adapter. So, all in all, what do I think about this product? I love the product. Again, it saved me $40-some having to buy yet another controller. And since I have to buy another one controller anyway, I'm having headset issues with this controller. The mic receiver on this controller fried, and therefore fried the headset plugged into it. So all I can do is hear out of it. I can't talk. And it is the controller. I tested it with another one controller. So, overall, I think this is definitely worth the investment if you're a multiple console gamer. It'll let you to get the most for your money. It'll let you continue to use your favorite controller. It'll allow you to feel comfortable all the time. And if you're comfortable with your controller, you're going to play better because you're intuitive and you're fluid with that controller. You know what buttons to push. It comes natural. You don't have to keep learning different systems. So, this is a really cool device. So, having all said that, I definitely recommend trying that or getting this for anybody who's got multiple consoles. That being said, leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think of this device if you've tried it, if it's something you're interested in trying, and or if you're just a one console kind of guy or gal. Till next time, I'm Card Dreamer, your D-class villain. Ha ha ha. Stay evil, my friends.